Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress with me, the Green Dragon. Yeah, I still haven't uploaded the first 4 videos because I'm a derp and my internet is of the derp. So we're just gonna build up some more crap instead. And as you can well hear, my cat is busy trying to attract my attention because I unceremoniously threw him out of here, and I think he's kind of annoyed at me. And by annoyed I mean pissed. He's off in a huff trying to attract attention. It happens. He can be an annoying little kitty on occasion. And, well, most of the time I'm perfectly happy to play along with his bullshit. You know, he's a bit of an attention whore. At least that particular cat, since I have several. And they're all assholes in their own little ways. Fun times. Glad we had this conversation. Meanwhile, in the Dwarf Fortress lands, we're gonna just make ourselves a butchers and a tanners down here, so we can destroy the ones up on the surface here. And the same goes for the mechanisms as well. Barrels, buckets, bins as well. And again, we want 5 to 10, perfectly enough. We won't keep a big buffer for our needs, we'll simply make them as we need them. And that's perfectly fine and legit. Unfortunately, right now, things are running very quickly, relatively. And starting to slow down and chug. Is it the world having to simulate in the background? I mean, it certainly could be. Certainly the 2014 version of Dwarf Fortress, which I'm playing right now, is slower than the 2012 version, because it simulates some of the world in the background, obviously. But, interesting. Let's unsuspend that because I would like to see that done. We actually have idlers now, which is strange for me. Get rid of that. ABR. Let's not get in the habit of speaking out every shortcut. I think that might get annoying, though it does help me and you memorize the shortcuts for those of you just starting to play Dwarf Fortress. Overall things seem good. I'm just gonna make myself a pair of kitchens there. And it's gonna be awesome. Or awesomer. Now we are running low on wood-like structures. So, let's cut down some more trees and spend the next year or so carrying them inside. Bones. Right, I wanted to save them, but they are set to ignore refuse from outside. Let's correct that. Carry the bones inside, please. All of the bones. Ooh, bit sniffly there, huh? Yeah, it's this sort of but not quite wintry time we're having here. It's fucking with me. It's weird. It's just weird. Okay, you sent that to the armor bin, and god damn it, that fucking cat. Oh gods. They have a kitty door in the bathroom so that they can access it. Okay, here he is now. Okay, so he's gonna attempt to climb above the fireplace up to his personal little place, which he recently acquired. Nope, turned around, looking at me. I don't think he understands exactly what I'm doing. He thinks I'm weird. Okay, and there's kitty number 3. Number 2 is still somewhere else. Okay, they're talking to each other. Apparently, he's telling kitty number 3 how weird I am. Okay, I know that. Look, kitty number 3 is gonna do something naughty to kitty number 1. Yeah, I definitely know that. Look. Okay, it's a stare down. Fucking cats. Oh god. I wish I had masons. Masons would make this so much easier. I could just make a fuck ton of tables and chairs and just have myself a dining hall of some type. Needs empty food barrel, which we don't have. So those still have meat and plant, and with the goblin outpost liaison. Okay, but like I said, early autumn, they arrive. We saw it switch over to autumn in the very beginning of the video. Here they are. Here they fucking are. Do we have anyone with any appraise skill? Yes or no? Ooh. Hello, what else do you have? Okay, Godin there is excellent at this, apparently. Let's connect that to DF and see. Who the fuck is Godin? Godin is this guy, one of our brewers. Excellent! We are most pleased by this revelation. Okay, it's all placed into... What? Where the fuck are my axes? Okay, what happened? The latest news from Book Thunder is that months ago a group calling itself the Blockade of Hail reclaimed the site on behalf of the Magical Wheel. Months ago a group from the Magical Wheel left to reclaim the ruins. A few months ago my grandchild Udo Scorbridge became Major of the Teal Chamber, replacing her aunt Eden Whiskerlands. But you're a goblin. You're the Goblin Outpost liaison. Okay, I'm not even gonna ask what's happening there. It's all so fucking disgusting. I mean, it's not like dwarves breeding with elves or telling me about their elf bullshit, but it's damn close. I mean, you're a fucking goblin. I mean, Jesus Christ. Talk about fucked up. Is there anything here that I want? I have iron, which means that bronze is not really working for me. I don't really need it. I think I'll just go with the leather. Don't really want any of this, do I? What about sand? I could take some sand, maybe? No, fuck sand as well. Just bring me some leather. I'll use that to make clothing and such. And the water skins and backpacks I'll need for my military. Yes. What are you offering? Maces you want? Slightly. Everything else you want? Again, slightly. Okay, so... God fucking damn it, they're busy placing it into these fucking bins. So we're gonna have a derp here. Unfortunately, for a little while they're doing that. And I can't help it, I can't do anything about it even. Well, the fuckers are still rhyming, so that's fine, I suppose. Nobody's cutting down the trees though, because everyone's busy working the trees. But you know, until you get your office, let's invoke woodcutting on you. The invocation of woodcutting. Woods. How close are you, useless man, to being something other than a peasant? Not that close. Okay, on one side of this we'll have the hospital and other things, on the other we'll probably have the food stockpile and the like. Actually, one does not exclude the other. Let us, for the sake of argument, say that we go by a 21 by 21 stockpile here and have a thing leading like this. Then, for a start, we can do something like this. And that will work. Do have masonry enabled on a lot of people, even if they're not actually masons per se. So why don't we build the 2 mason workshops we'll probably want. We can always ditch one of them later. And go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Have some masonry. And build a door, a chair, and the like. Actually, chair, table. Get to it. You'll get there eventually. It'll be great. We have a weapon bin. Okay, bring it out. Plume agate. Oh, that does make for a nice color, even if it costs like crap, essentially. It's a nice color all the same. Also kittens. More kittens. Cats in the fort and outside it. Yay, cat explosion. We might farm cats later for stuff. A smart man would block all of this off with doors so that it doesn't stink up the place, but... Okay, where the fuck are my tradable goods? Everything's still in here. That does not count. It still counts while it's in transport, I think, as... Where the fuck is it? There it is. Jesus, moving slowly. Cute. At least someone is cutting that down, which means that we will all be carrying that shit for the next 4,000 years. Great. Could you get a move on? He's like, Herc! Please, no. It's too hard. No. Drag those axes, that's why we made them. Is that a set of gold bars that you have there? I like gold bars. Gold bars are nice. Very nice indeed, in fact. Okay, that's still not there. Is it there now? Can we please? Thank you, finally. Now, obviously, we're gonna grab the random bars of metal, because why not? And you can press shift and down arrow in order to create multiple things all at once. Just goes down the list that way and you just grab things. You can grab the water skins as well. Don't need that, but I will grab their food, like all of it. I will also take all of their... What's his face? All of their bins of various goodnesses, because I like bins. Bins make me happy. Might as well grab some bolts for any hunters we might have. Bismuth bronze works as well. Don't want large crap of that kind. We'll grab this. And then we just go down the list. And it's, look at how easy it becomes when you do it this way. I had no idea for the longest time that you could do this. It's awesome. And I think we'll have enough backpacks for some people. As in 5 soldiers or so. Gonna grab the crutches and the like. It's a really expensive crutch, but fuck it. YOLO. We have an amazing amount of tradable goods here. So you can afford to grab like everything, honestly. And it won't be a problem. Okay, so let's take a look at the various stuff. Pigtail seeds we like. Gypsum plaster, yes please. I'm just gonna work my way through the bag contents. It's a bit harder to read because of the way it's organized. The plaster bag will last us for a very long time, and pigtail seeds are nice to have. And then we have all the armor and clothing, which we don't really give a fuck about. So, wish I could order this by value, because I want to start trading with the crappier stuff first, like so. That brings us to about neutral. Well and good. Not the picks though. Possibly not the picks. We want to obviously start with the crappier stuff because, like I said, we want to keep the good weapons. We'll sell them the shit ones. And I think that this ought to be enough. And yes, it is. He is absolutely ecstatic with that, right? And so am I. I got everything I wanted and then some. I am in fact good, so we can now tell the trader to leave here. You're no longer needed at that place. Someone make me a door now. Thank you. I will dig out a storage area here. This is where I'll keep the stone. I want to carve up. I want my furniture and stone blocks to look much the same all the time, so I'm gonna use one specific kind of stone at a time. If I run out of shell, then I'll switch to mudstone, for example. So I'm gonna need a stone stockpile right here. And opposite that, I don't know, I might keep stuff like clothing or something. Finished goods of some kind, certainly. And opposite here we're gonna have the second workshop area where we're gonna have our leather worker. And other glorious things, of course. There we go. Eventually they'll get to it. Of course they're gonna be carrying crap for a while, but hey! That's fine. We're actually done with that, so it doesn't really matter. You're carrying wood inside, again, perfectly fine with that. Except for the fact that it'll take forever, but, you know. Can't have everything. Have you made all the things? Not quite, you're still making the door from mudstone, no less. Eugh. Mudstone doors. Yucky. So, on this side we'll have the nobles' quarters, I believe, on this little area. Opposite this, maybe we'll have the graveyard, maybe something else. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll have something, certainly. Okay, that's a mudstone door. And someone's busy carrying it to the furniture storage, which means that it's not actually gonna be there for a while, because it's in transit in theory. Did we ever link up you? Yes, we did. You are certainly linked up, and so are you. Okay, I did manage to link up the bridge, so I don't need to worry about that in theory. Okay, why don't we actually do this? There we go. And worry about the door later. I did grab a bunch of anvils. Some of them were steel, because I might need more forges. And steel anvils are awesome because you can melt them down for small amounts of actual steel, which is much superior to pure just iron. And the door. Nope, apparently not a thing. I will dig down eventually. It's a question of when that eventually is gonna happen. I did buy a bunch of thread, not that I needed it, but I did buy a bunch of thread, which will help in various ways. Thinking I might have a area down here, put the guard captain's quarters here, possibly the mayors as well, and have the more serious nobles' quarters here, like 5x5 or 7x7 even. Let's see what that would look like, eh? Actually, no, I can't do that. In fact, this is a derpy way of doing it anyway. I usually use this area for stockpiles. And I might have to use some fish here. Some unprocessed fish. Then again, I'm not going to use that much of it, am I? So we could have something like this. And then have an area going down like this with two sets of places here and one set opposite it like this. Then have that be, well, 7x7 really, like this, and that actually fits pretty nicely. You know, I like this idea. It looks neat, at least in planning stages, so that's how we're going to set it up. Yeah, we're going to go with that. I think it looks great. In theory, at least. Let's just add Dwarf, and then we can finally start actually using workshop orders and the like. You can set this to automatically assign to the manager, and also give him a private dining room. There you go. And yeah, that works. Hell, it even aligns nicely with the stockpile there. I do need to change the settings on my noble here for all counts accurate. That means that he will spend pretty much all of his time counting shit and confirming workshop orders. Ooh, and that's a pigtail harvest happening, with them planting even more pigtails. We'll be able to turn that into a lot of thread if we so desire. We might not, but we'll have the option, which is nice. And we do at this point have 300 units of food, which will last us for a while with a population this small. It will last for a while. I don't remember the exact consumption. I think they consume booze a lot faster than food. It might be 1 per 3 months, perhaps. Certainly not, you know, slower than that, but maybe 1 per month for the food. I don't know, but this should last us for a while. It should be a year's worth of food at least, I think. How much population do we have? Yeah, it should be a year's worth of food at least. So we should be perfectly fine on everything. Okay, not making charcoal. I would like a bigger stockpile than that, so keep it at a level of 80 to 120, I think. So you may proceed to start burning stuff again. Since we are not in a rush anymore to... crap, just by migration way we'll do just undo those, and we'll just have our professional burners do that for now. There you go. And they will eventually do it and it'll be fine. I just don't want to rush that. Let the dwarves handle some of the other jobs that need doing, including the carrying of the wood. There's a lot of carrying of the wood that could be done. Or the carrying of the supplies for that matter. Because there are certainly plenty of those. There's some things here that, again, still need to be moved. Quite a few, in fact. But that's okay. We will work our way through it together. Like a family. Except for the children. We'll drown those. Wait, what? Merchants will be leaving soon, apparently. Well, good for them. I never liked them here anyway. Silly merchants. Okay. So where will we put our first squad? in the outside guard location or inside? I suppose outside would be better, since we do want to make the merchants protected, in theory. My, that's a lot of food of different kinds. We're going to be producing a lot of barrels for a while, huh? And you have actually become a carpenter, Dastot. Congratulations! You're now a big boy. You have a profession. Well done. Maybe by the time we get to the point where we're actually producing large amounts of beds for a huge population, we'll be able to do that out of wood. Hell, maybe we'll make a lot of their furniture out of wood. Like, I could certainly do something like copper eventually if I find that tetrahedrite that's rumored to be there, or even gold. I wouldn't mind giving everyone a single piece of gold furniture. It wouldn't really bother me. Yeah, that's a lot of carrying right there, just with the wood and the charcoal and the like. And they are burning things very quickly. Most of their time is spent in the burninating. But the experienced ones are working at it a lot faster than the slow ones. Which is good. It's kind of good. And yes, I actually want to smelt up all the limonite I currently have to set up a nice stockpile of iron, which I can then transform more easily into whatever. Because it cuts out the middleman, okay? I don't need to process it, I can just turn it into whatever. I mean, it's iron ready to use, and if we're not doing anything else with these guys, they might as well work on that ever so slowly. Yes, it creates a job backlog, but that's fine. They can just slowly do it in the background, a little bit at a time, and it'll be great. That's a personal bedroom for them. That's fine. Yeah, some migrants, eh? The question is how many, and how many useless animals they'll bring with them. That's 3 animals and 2 migrants. 4 animals. And 4 migrants. Okay. 5 migrants. 6. 7. I like 7. 8 is even better. That's a useless animal. And that's 8 migrants. Okay. What do we have here? We have a good cook, apparently. He might be able to retain his profession. We do have some farmers here. One of them extremely good. Debating allowing the shearing, definitely not a thing. Neither is, well, siege operating. It's tempting. Have a bone carver there. We will want a crafter of some description at some point anyway. Okay, not gonna keep the hunter. His skill level is just 1. It's not good enough. Okay, so currently they're just carrying shit. Well and good. No uniform squad, I think. Well... could make them miners and detailers instead. But I do want a squad, because I could start getting weird creatures and like, and having an emergency military force could be useful. You know, I have the ability to close myself off, and I do need someone who'll have the mining job permanently. And smoothing is good as well, so we're gonna go with that. Much as I don't entirely like that idea. Right, I did disable farming on everyone. Gonna keep that. Well, everyone is gonna be harvesting anyway, right? 4 detailers wants their experience thought to be enough. Maybe. Well, you're definitely gonna be a farmer, because you're not gonna keep cooking with your skill being so, whoops, inferior, right? Can keep you on that. That's 2 farmers. I would like a 3rd, ideally, at least. Okay. I'm gonna enable it on the medical dwarf for now. That ought to cover it. And an experienced farmer is gonna do a lot of good stuff. And it is a high priority job, so they'll probably do it first. Now, while all that gloriousness is going on, why don't you smooth out that when you get the chance? Just get started on it. I think I might need to split the video, and yes I do. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one, so see you then.